everyone. This is an unscripted video today, but I thought we could sit down together and have a conversation about food noise, Ozempic, binge eating, food addiction. The last time I made a video about binge eating, it did really well. It's actually my most viewed video where I've had the most engagement. It seems like it's helped the most amount of people. Now, what prompted me to want to talk about this today is I was on TikTok and I came across this creator. Dude, she's so well known because she's about you're fat, stop being a fatty. And everyone's like, thank you, queen, for being so real. Hold on. What the heck is her name? I'm literally going to show you the video.
I'm telling you guys, there's something not normal about the way I cannot stop thinking about eating.
But I'm pretty sure this creator is known for serving realness, serving cunt. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to be a fat ass. I think it's refreshing. I think it's refreshing because she's saying everything that we're thinking. She's literally speaking to me from 5 to 10 years ago when I myself was struggling with food noise. I just wrote a Substack. This really spoke to me especially because everybody in the comments, bro, was freaking their shit. It's very obvious that so many people are struggling with this and so many people feel so alone, even though if you stop to think about it, it's impacting most Americans. Bro, let's be fucking for real. 70% of the United States is overweight and 50% of us are obese, or almost 50%. So a majority of people clearly are struggling with their relationship to food, with their relationship to their body, with their relationship to their health. I don't know, this is clearly such a huge issue. Ugh. But I wrote this Substack adding to the conversation and being well, what if food noise isn't your greatest downfall? What if food noise is a symptom? What if food noise is your body trying to communicate with you, but you're refusing to listen? That's at least what it's been for me. And now I've literally made a career out of being a coach and helping other women work through their own food noise as well. And it's worked every single time. Here's what it was for me. Here's where my food noise came from. If I think far back enough, there was a time when I did not have food noise. Think back to when you were a little child. Wasn't there a time where you never really had to think about what you were going to put in your mouth? You didn't, you know what I mean? You never questioned when you were hungry. You never questioned when you were full, but you started receiving this messaging from parents, teachers, friends, whatever, and then you started to try and outsmart your own hunger signaling. So there's number one. Number two, over the past century, food has become more and more hyper-processed, hyper-palatable. And it's almost like our bodies and we haven't been able to evolve to keep up with how tasty and how processed this food is. So the food is already difficult to stop eating. It bypasses it's bypassing our hunger signaling again. So first we're bypassing our hunger signaling through the messaging of we need to look a certain way. Then we're bypassing not listening to it again because the food has been designed to be difficult to put down. I'm not saying sugar's been proven to be more addictive than cocaine. I'm not talking about that. I don't have proof of that. What I do have proof of is that I've been a fitness person for over 5 years now, and if you put a bag of jalapeno kettle chips in front of me, I'm still gonna overeat it every time. You know what I mean? None of us are immune from this. And then third point, we are overworking ourselves. There are very few people that I talk to, at least in the United States, that don't feel overworked, overly stressed, exhausted. They don't even have time to prioritize something as important as their health, as prioritizing home-cooked meals. So our value system is fucked. It's how we were raised. So it makes sense to me that so many people feel as though food noise is this beast that they're never going to be able to get rid of. They're just wired differently. They're wired broken. No, bitch. We are a product of our times. Food noise is a symptom of a deeper socio-economic, biological issue. Those are my thoughts. Now, how did I address my food noise? Bitch, it was a fucking journey. I had to turn away from everything that I thought I understood about what it means to be healthy, what it means to be fit. Yeah, all of it. I did what is called going all in. So Stephanie Buttermore did an all in journey. So Stephanie Buttermore, if you don't know, she was big in the fitness space back in like 2016-ish. And she kind of came out in a video being like, hey guys, I have insatiable hunger. I think about food all the time. And no matter how much I eat, I am always hungry. This is exhausting and crippling. I'm going to go all in. That's what she called it. And basically her idea was, for the first time in my life, I'm going to eat abundantly, stop restricting myself altogether, even if that means gaining a substantial amount of weight. And the idea is that eventually my body will even itself out. So she literally on camera, on the internet, gained 40 pounds and then lost like 20 pounds. Naturally, through learning intuitive eating, through learning how to take care of her body, her mental health, healing her relationship to food, healing her relationship to her body, healing the limiting beliefs that told her that she was only worthy if she looked a certain way. And I ended up copying her, and that's what worked for me, and that's what works for all of my clients too. But it's terrifying because the idea that eating more is what's gonna help address your food noise is scary to think about. You know, people think that they just need to be harder on themselves. Like they just need to go harder. They need to be more strict. When really our food noise is a product of our food restriction. Whether it be an actual restriction, like you are actually underweight and under eating, or it's a mental restriction. Like you are living in a mental scarcity of food scarcity in your mind. And that's what's causing you to act in this way, in this uncontrolled way. I'll leave you with this. If I never struggled with food noise, I would have never struggled with binge eating. If I never struggled with binge eating, I would have never had started addressing how terribly I used to think and feel about myself, right? I would have never addressed my negative self-talk, the way that I literally was breaking myself down as often as I fucking could. I would have never started doing the work to address how poorly I was treating my body, not only my body, but my mind too. I wouldn't have started reading books that taught me how to deal with stress better. I wouldn't have read books that introduced me to binge eating. What is binge eating? I would have never gotten a therapist to show me my dysfunctional people-pleasing patterns. So food noise was not my greatest downfall. It's low-key like the best thing that could have happened to me because it forced me to pay attention to the things that I was avoiding paying attention to. And that's the thing with food noise. The more you try to ignore it, stuff it down, or numb it away, the louder it gets. And eventually you will be forced to listen. To wrap it all together, I didn't even mention Ozempic. Here's what I'll say about Ozempic. I think Ozempic, just like many other medical drugs, it is an excellent tool, and I think it's going to change many lives and help a lot of people. But at the end of the day, it is only a tool. It is a tool that can give you that little boost that you need to start addressing all of the other bullshit. Your relationship to food, your relationship to your body, your dysfunctional patterns, your limiting beliefs, the things that are keeping you stuck. So that hopefully at one point maybe you could even take that drug away. In a perfect world, our parents would have taught us, right, how to emotionally regulate. Our parents would have taught us how to eat 3 home-cooked meals a day. Our parents would have taught us stress management. Our parents would have told us that we can do anything we set our mind to, that we are the greatest mountain standing in our own way, but our parents gave us what they could give us, you know what I mean? Just because you've always struggled with something doesn't mean you have to struggle with it forever. Maybe it just means that, unfortunately, the adults in your life weren't able to teach you these important skills. So you accepted that as your truth, but maybe there is a version of you out there that is healed from food noise, that has a great relationship to food, if only you are willing to believe. And now, for real, last thing I'll say, I remember 5 years ago asking myself if there would ever be a version of me that existed that didn't think about food and my body all the time. And now I'm sitting here 5 years into the future And I wish I could go back there in time and tell her that there is a version of us that exists. I am healed from food noise. I do have a good relationship to my body. But the more that I sat with it, I was like, dude, she already knows. She's been known. That's why she had the courage to lean in and do all of the things that she was terrified of doing. She knew that I was out there. How sick is that? There's that quote that's like, if there's something that you think about every day, then it's already yours. If there's something that you desire, that means that it's already yours. It's possible for you. You just got to keep trying. You got to keep trying different shit. You have to do things that you haven't done yet. In my case, I thought that the solution to my food noise was more restricting. Turned out that the solution to my food noise was addressing my demons and removing that restriction. So eating more, eating abundantly. Yeah, I need to make a video about reverse dieting, okay? But I think that's all I have to say today. Let me know if you like this like podcast style sit-down-y type video. I just wanted to get something up on the channel, so I was like, let me just sit down and spew my thoughts. But if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe so that I know and that I keep making more. And I will see you in the next one.